What's going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday to y'all. Episode 64 of season 2 is now live of the Third and 10 podcast. For some reason, I'm super excited about today. Not sure it's because we're doing our MLB previews or there is steam in regards to our Giants trading up to number one. So I don't know what it is, but I'm super hyped to do this episode. I could barely even sleep yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. And it's
Wow.
not because it's not because I wanted to stay up. I just literally was too excited to even sleep. But I got a few hours in, so I think I'm good. I got Red Bull just in case I need it, and I got water, so I'm chilling. Was Loki gonna get McDonald's breakfast this morning, but I said nah. Let's save
What's your
money.
go-to
And
McDonald's breakfast? Like, what's the go-to?
man, don't get me started. My go-to breakfast is 2 sausage egg McMuffins,
Hmm.
2 hash browns, and a Dr Pepper.
Respect it.
No,
Respect
or the
it.
Coke or whatever.
Yeah. I respect it.
Yeah. How
Respect.
about you?
I don't do McDonald's. I haven't eaten McDonald's breakfast in a while. I know I just did like the pancakes and a hash brown, but normally I
Mhm.
just wait for lunch to get a burger.
Okay, there you go. What's your go-to burger at McDonald's? That's the real question.
That's a double cheeseburger, large fries, and a 10-piece McNuggets.
Ooh, gotta have the nuggets. Gotta have the
hmm
nuggets, dude.
Oh yeah.
Always. All right. Hmm. Fries. You think are their fries good to you? Are they one of the best compared to other fast
Yeah.
food
No. Yeah. They're
places?
one of the best. They're one of the better ones.
Yeah, I would say in terms of fries, In-N-Out's number one for me always.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's is a cool number two. What else is good?
Five Guys is good because they're good fries and they give you so much of them. They can just get like a
They
large
a
fries and split
lot.
and split the table.
Yeah, I one time I got like a small, and that like
It
did the
lasts.
trick.
We used to get like
Uh-huh.
2 large fries for like the 7 of us in my house and be like, all right, we're good.
Like it's like you're set. You're all good. That's all you need. One large fry for everyone.
hmm
So that was Five Guys is good. I think Taco Bell fries. I ain't gonna lie, they're not the best.
But if you're going to Taco Bell for French fries, you're doing it wrong.
Good point.
Like a side of Taco Bell
Nacho
is like
fries.
nachos or chips and dip. That's what you go for
True.
Taco Bell for.
Good point. Yeah, nacho fries aren't really the best.
No.
Yeah, it's something to have if you want some fries with your tacos. For me at Taco Bell, my go-to order at Taco Bell is literally just like Doritos Locos Tacos. That's all I
I
like
can't
from
even
there.
I can't even tell you because I've never eaten Taco Bell sober. So I can't even
You
tell you what my
mentioned the
go.
sober part, so I'm just like, okay, so it's your go-to drunk meal.
Oh
Drunk
yeah. Oh
meal.
definitely.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, Back to sports. In terms of today's show, we have a lot to discuss. We're gonna kick off our MLB season previews today. Talking about the West divisions of both the AL and the NL. This is gonna be a 3-week series. Each Monday for the next 3 weeks,
It's
we'll be
Tuesday.
discussing every Tuesday. See, that's what happens when you don't get sleep, anyone or everyone. Every Tuesday for the next 3 weeks, we'll be discussing the divisions for each. Wow, is it conference? No, it's not. It's not called conference. Both leagues per se. So this week will be the West, next will be the Central, and then the week after will be the AL and NL East. And there's a reason why we say that for last. As you can see, Brian is a Mets fan. I'm a half Phillies fan, half A's fan. So it's gonna be exciting to talk about that 2 weeks from now. But today will be all about the West divisions. After that, we'll talk about the combine. As it wrapped up this past weekend, we'll talk about some standouts that did really well at the underwear Olympics, as they call it. And then finally, some rumors continue to emerge about the Giants with Aaron Rodgers this time and Devontae Adams, plus a possible trade up to number one that is gaining a lot, and I mean a lot of steam, especially this morning, according to Jordan reports from the Giants media brass. But first, two things breaking this morning. One of them was the Dallas Cowboys as they re-signed a defensive end Osa Odigizua to a 3-year extension. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's been a disruptor for that Dallas defense. Had 4.5 sacks last year and about 10 plus quarterback hits from what I remember. Not sure if that even affects you in any way?
Not
Your thoughts
really.
on that at all?
Well,
No? Okay.
good for Dallas. They got way bigger issues to
Dallas.
deal with than that.
I think to summarize, he's a good defensive piece, just not worth the amount of money he got.
Right.
To be
Dallas has
exact,
a
it was
lot bigger issues to talk about, which I believe is your next headline.
yes, that is correct. Yeah, it's a 3-year deal. No, 4-year deal, $80 million. He's one of the top tackles in the market, apparently. To be honest, didn't bother us whatsoever when he played us. So I ain't
Exactly.
gonna lie. More importantly, like you mentioned, also going on in Dallas, the Mavs continue to suffer the injury bug. It's just as bad as when our Giants, I think, what was it, 2021, right? Or 2022? No, 21, when Jones went down, Saquon went down. It was a
No, that
mess.
was 2020 when we had Colt McCoy starting. Colt McCoy and what? Wayne Gallman winning a game in Seattle.
That's true. Huh. I was thinking like the whole when Jones was out and then Barkley was out. It's that the Jake Fromm season where
Yeah,
I was thinking
Shane's
that
last
one.
year. I thought you talked not Shane's, Judge's last year. I thought you talked about the first year where
Yeah,
Jones was like battling that hamstring injury and Saquon had tore his ACL. So like
right.
we had Colt
Maybe it's that
McCoy
one.
start a game, and then Wayne Gallman was just like, I'll take it over. Then I think was it Leonard Williams had the strip fumble for the touchdown.
There you go. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, man, Wayne Gallman. I miss that guy. He was good for us.
Yeah.
But anyways, Kyrie Irving. It was best case scenario yesterday was like a hyperextension of his knee. Nope. The worst fears came true. Torn ACL for Mr. Irving. He is out for the season, obviously, and that adds onto the list of players that are out for the Mavericks at this time. So Kyrie's out for the year. AD's out for a good amount of time. Derek Lively's out. Daniel Gafford is out. So pretty much 4 of the 5 top players for the Mavericks are out. With PJ Washington, the only healthy healthy starter basically right now. The next Christie, I guess you want to add him in, but he was just acquired like not too long ago at the deadline. So, your thoughts on this? Obviously, this hurts a lot for the Mavs, but I assume you have something else to say.
Yeah, I'm starting a charity for Mavs
Mm,
fans. If they want to jump on the Knicks bandwagon, they are more than welcome to because it's so bad. This is the season from hell. But really, this is the past 3 weeks from hell if you're a Mavs fan with the Luka trade, Anthony Davis immediately getting hurt, and now the one guy you can kind of rest your hat on with, all right, well, at least we have Kyrie. Now he's out. Like, there is no reason if you're a Mavs fan to watch anymore. They're hanging on to that last spot in the West. Yeah, that's gone. They're gonna fall. If I'm a Mavs fan, I am not watching a game, not spending money, not doing anything until Nico is fired.
speaking about money, I heard they raised their ticket
They
prices.
did. They raised the ticket prices. It's like they 6%, like a noticeable increase.
And it's like I get they have to make money, but after what you just did, don't you want to like
That like
lower it a little bit or keep it the same at
that
least?
fuels the conspiracy theory that like the ownership is trying to alienate the fan base so they can move to Vegas.
You're like the first person that
Mm-hmm.
I heard tell me about this, and then I heard like reports after our episode that day, and I was like, damn, my guy was on it first. My
Mm-hmm.
guy was on it first, and it was a whole conspiracy that you
Yeah.
mentioned, and all of a sudden, there's other people saying the same thing. I was just like, oh shit, how true this
And
is.
now like this, like raising ticket, you already get pissed off the fan base. You're raising seats ticket prices, so now there's even less incentive to go to a game. Like like if you trade a star player but you drop the prices, like tickets are cheap. It's a fun night out. Might as well go. But now you're already pissed off, and now you're gonna spend more money on the team. That alienates people. That makes it unforgivable. That empties the stadium, makes it seem like you have a fan problem, and you get out. It's the plot of
This
Major
feels
League.
Yeah, this feels more like the A's, but just that the A's at least care. No, because the
No,
A's they moved to Vegas because they
but the A's had
know.
stadium problems for years. Like they've been fighting Oakland for like probably the last 10 years. This is just out of nowhere.
True, that is true.
Like the A's being moved was always something being discussed. Like, hey, when the A's going to relocate because they can't build a stadium in Oakland and they can't keep playing in the Coliseum. This one is like new ownership comes in, and it seems like their goal is moving to Vegas.
True. Good point. Yeah. By the way, Oakland gave the A's plenty of chances to stay.
Oh, I'm sure they did, but it was always like money and fighting and stuff. Like Oakland had bigger issues to deal with. I'm well sure Oakland gave everything to them, and John Fisher was just being cheap.
Yeah. So, regardless, yeah, tough for the Mavs, man. I think at this point in time, like you mentioned, they're trying to make the play-in, but to the point where
that's not happening. What is it that they're going to make the play-in?
I think, barring some outstanding performances from Washington and Christie,
it's like you need a insanity run from them, though.
Mm-hmm. And it has to be unexpected because Davis, I don't think he's coming back for a good few more weeks.
And you can never count on Davis. Like, he's a guy, and we're talking about another one here in a little bit when we get to baseball. Like, he's so injury prone that like you have to like kind of factor in a setback coming.
Mm-hmm. And it's like back when he was with the Lakers, when he was the only guy on the floor, like he was pretty good. But like it always helps to have that other star on the court with you. So like for example, when he's with us, he had LeBron, but when both were healthy, we were pretty good. And then we expect the same thing with the Mavs. We want to, if Kyrie and Davis are both going to be healthy, all right, Mavs got a shot to make a chip run this year. That's why they made the trade in the first place. Now, doesn't even look like they win a chip this year. Next year, maybe.
Make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Like, forget about winning a chip. The plan is just hopefully you get in that play-in tournament. And even that looks bad right now.
Mm-hmm. You make the plan as the 10th seed, 10th seed, and you win out. Your reward is being the 8th seed and playing OKC.
Yeah.
You gonna beat OKC without Kyrie? Sweep. Probably not.
Gentleman sweep. We're being on. If we're being nice, it's a gentleman sweep.
I think Davis carries over a couple games, but OKC in 6.
Like the Thunder are so good this year, even without with Chet missing a lot of the year too.
Mm-hmm. And Hartenstein has an incredible job.
Hartenstein is. I miss him every single day. My best friend is a huge Thunders fan, and as soon as he texted Hartenstein, I texted him like, "You are going to love this guy."
And he's that investment.
He told me the other day. He told me that he texted me last week. He's like, "Bro, Hartenstein's the man."
And you're like, I told you, he worked out for you. But yeah, OKC defensively they're a good team. I think Shea's a decent defender, but we're talking about guys like Dort, Caruso off the bench, Hartenstein, obviously Chet, Jalen Williams has done a good job as well. That whole team is just, they deserve to be the number 1 seed. Last year they kind of disappointed a lot of people a little bit with how short their run was, but I feel like this could be the year that they kind of make it far. How far? I'm thinking conference finals if the Lakers can, keep it going. Hopefully we'll make the finals just the way we're playing, but that's a little biased from me. But we'll leave it at that. But it hurts for Mavs fans, and prayers to Kyrie and his family. Just sucks, man. 20 CL is just
prayers to Mavs fans because it's just like you went this season like, man, we could make a run at the title this year, and now we're sitting here like, Luka's gone. It's the scene from Step Brothers. Wait a minute, we're not getting the boat. Daryl's leaving. No, we're losing the house. We're not getting the boat. We both want to go to therapy. What the happened? That's what Mavs fans are like right now. Like, wait a minute, hang on. We traded Luka. AD got hurt in his first game back. Kyrie tore his ACL. We missed the playoffs. What happened?
It's a whole mess in Dallas. For all the teams in there. Mavs, Cowboys. Oh yeah. I was thinking like, are the Rangers? Actually, we'll get to the Rangers actually because like you mentioned,
the Stars are good. They got Dallas. Go watch hockey.
True.
Stars are second in the Central, I think, right now. Yeah.
Good. Yay. Good for them.
Good for the Stars. Shout out.
Who knew we talking about the damn Dallas Stars on a random Tuesday?
So they got, they're second. They have 80 points. They would be winning They would be winning the Atlantic and the Pacific Division, but they're unfortunately in the Central with the best team in the league, the Winnipeg Jets. But they're setting up for a matchup with the Wild, which they should win. So
fantastic.
that's all they got. That's all Dallas has right now. All right, it's not much.
We're trying so hard to stay positive.
There's not much positive to say right now if you're a Dallas sports fan.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But on a more positive note, let's get started with our MLB West Division preview. So I'll go to each team. There's one burning question I have for each team in both the AL and the NL West. I want to ask you, get your opinion on, but we'll talk about, the previous record last year, their projected lineups, and all the things. So first, we'll go with the AL West. And in alphabetical order, we'll start with the Athletics, literally just the Athletics, because they are not the Sacramento Athletics. They don't even want to include Sacramento in the name, even though they're playing in Sacramento, which is weird.
Why can't you just be like the Bay Area Athletics?
Well, I wish you could name the darn team, but
do that because then you're still including Oakland. I know San Francisco's got the Giants, but San Jose is there. San Jose, Sacramento, you got everything. You got the whole area right there.
The whole Bay, but yeah, we want to just name ourselves the Athletics.
Bull Warriors would be the Golden State A's.
There you go. Oh, well.
I'm not saying it's great, but if for a temporary thing, it's not bad.
Yeah, but it's like the Golden State, as you know, Golden State SF, it doesn't make sense for Golden State to be Sacramento because Sacramento is not the Golden State.
I mean, you're trying. Well, Sacramento is the capital of California, so actually it makes more sense for Sacramento than San Francisco.
That is a good point. But hey, we don't name the freaking team. It's John Fisher's fault. So last year was their final season for the A's in Oakland. Before moving to Sacramento in preparation for Vegas, the A's finished 69-93 last year, so a better season compared to the year before, but still pretty bad nonetheless. But weirdly enough, in their first season in their new ballpark, which is a minor league park, for those of you who don't know, they finally made moves this year to possibly contend. Yeah. Oh man, I was ecstatic. The fact that I was excited over Luis Severino signing a 3-year deal, even though he's a 4 or 5 starter.
He's a 3 starter at best.
I just see him more as a 4 or 5.
I get that, but I think if everything works out on a normal team, he's your 3rd starter.
That is fair enough. So yeah, on a 4 to years to me, he's a 4 or 5 guy. You say he's a 3, but he's gonna be our ace this year. So cool beans. 3 years, $65 million was the contract we offered him. Gio Urshela joins the A's as well. Jose Leclerc, I'm excited for him. He was pretty good with the Rangers before, kind of dipping in production last year, but he was good the year before, so he has some history of being good. So excited for that. I'm too excited right now for the A's. And then Jeffrey Springs was traded to the A's in exchange for Joe Boyle in a trade with the Tampa Bay Rays. And more importantly as well, we brought back Mark Kotsay, the manager, was signed in 2021 and was signed to a 3-year extension this past offseason as well. So his contract will run through 2029, which is the year with the team option for the A's. So excited. I like Kotsay. I do. I think he went through a lot of struggles with this, obviously, with the whole rebuilding of sorts. And for us to re-sign him was a good move by us. So let's see. Any thoughts on the offseason moves? I know Severino stood out to you because he used to be part of the Mets.
Sevy stood out. I don't like him as your ace, but I do like that the A's were at least aggressive and trying to at least make the ball club a little competitive and surround this young kind of group you're developing with something that's not just gonna, you're going to roll over and die every single night. It's we got Sevy on the mound tonight. If he pitches 6 innings, we could get this. I also love the Brent Rooker extension. Yes. I think he is someone that the A's have kind of tapped as all right, this is going to be the guy we build around. This is going to be our face of the franchise. Whenever we're competitive next, this is the guy that's going to be the leader, the captain. Yeah.
I think the one thing that hurts the most for me was the fact that we didn't really add much offensively. Like the core, the offensive starting lineup, which we'll get to in a second, it's pretty much the same. And we were 26th in the runs last year, so it's
but I think you have a lot of young guys in that lineup and we'll get when we get to it in a second, I'll point out who like I'm really focusing on this year.
Yeah, of
That I
course.
think the A's are kind of expecting to take that next step and like just from internal improvement, the team should be better. I think the A's could finish fourth in this division. I really do.
Like I say, like second, third.
No,
I think they'll finish
that's
fourth.
just. I think that the AL West is probably the second most
Yeah.
competitive division in baseball. Because I think you have three teams that are like each slide for the postseason, and then it's like the Angels and A's battling for the bottom.
Battling for last. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the Angels are far worse than the A's are right now.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
the A's, if the A's didn't have this like black cloud around them, they'd be looked at in the same way the Nationals are. It's just like not going to be a good team this year, but a fun team to watch.
It's just so much of like the whole John Fisher situation.
And yeah, there's so
all
much
those things.
negativity. You can't like
Yeah.
look at the team like, oh, okay, this prospect's up, and this guy looks interesting, and hey, maybe Sevy does, maybe 2024 was an illusion. He could get back to when he was a Yankee and being that ace.
Yeah. So in terms of the opening day lineup, which, like you mentioned, not a lot of new offensive pieces outside of Urshela, but it looks like, so this is all from MLB.com, so shout out to them. Lawrence Butler, right field, Brent Rooker, left field, JJ Bleday at center field at batting third, Shane Langeliers batting fourth at catcher. I really like him. Tyler Soderstrom, also a catcher, but most likely going to play a lot of first base
Love him.
this upcoming season. Me too.
Big on him this year. I expect big things on him this year.
Me too, my friend. Miguel Andujar batting DH at 6, Zach Geloff at second base, who I was
That's another guy I like.
Year.
Another
Me
young
Heck
position
yeah!
player that can develop. He was a first round pick for you guys, I think a couple of years ago now.
Yes, he was. A few years ago, yeah. I like you. Yeah, let's go. I'm excited now.
There's one more guy. You haven't named him yet, but I'm pretty sure you're going to name him next.
Bet. Gio Urshela at third base batting 8th, and Jacob Wilson at
there he is. Jacob Wilson, your top prospect coming up this year. I love those three. Tyler Soderstrom, Zach Geloff, and Jacob Wilson. Those are your core you build around Brent Rooker with. And then maybe Duhar can get back to where he was as a Yankee. I don't really expect much from Gio Urshela. I watched him for years in the Bronx. Never impressed me. But, hey, you got 4 or 5 pieces here that I really think can build that lineup into something good.
That's what I'm talking about. Heck,
you just need the veteran bat, but I think that comes next offseason. If John Fisher wants to spend money, you go get the veteran bat next offseason.
Next year will be the year, probably. I think the player I'm most excited for as well is Lawrence Butler, better at right field. Trying to be leadoff. He has a swag to him. He embraces being in Oakland. I think the A's are trying to assign him to an extension in the near future. But he's a guy with some swag to him. He had a breakout year last year for sure. I think I expect even better things from him. But you mentioned Soderstrom, man, Geloff, Wilson. Like, I'm excited for this young core. It's like I don't expect us to be really good, and we'll get to our ranking, like how we have these teams finishing from 1 through 5 towards the end. But I'm excited. I really am. I know it's in Sacramento, and I wish they were in Oakland still, but like just the young core we have, I'm happy with that.
It stinks because like they're developing this really young core, and I think the baseball ops people in Oakland are still smart because there's a lot of Billy Beane is still. Like, I know Billy Beane, I don't think he's part of the organization anymore, right? He's kind of moved on to something else. Maybe he's like a figurehead, like part owner, but like he's just kind of off. But we have like a lot of his disciples and people that think the same way he does. I think the goal of the A's is to develop a young core of hitters. So whenever they move to Vegas, once they get there, they're either just about to start competing or already competing and can kind of pull off what the Golden Knights did when they made the Stanley Cup their first year and just built a fan base quickly. I think the A's are going to do a similar thing where, like, we're going to get to Vegas and start winning and build that, attention early, especially in the summer when, like, nothing really else is going on.
Exactly. Like, in a couple of years when everyone's developed and they make more off-season moves that actually better the offense and the team as a whole, it's going to be fun to watch.
Usually that one slugger to come here, that one guy.
I know, just one guy.
Give it a long, like, I don't even know who the free agents next year are yet, but like, let's just look at a 2025.
Real quick,
free agents. Like, 2026 probably be better.
Yeah.
Next year's free agent class, sneak peek. Yeah, like Vlad's not coming here. Not. I'm sorry. Vlad'd be awesome for
Alonso?
you guys, but he's not coming.
True.
Schwarber would be a guy maybe to watch out for. Marcelo
Ooh.
Ozuna, JT Realmuto, Cedric Mullins.
Could you see Alonso coming here? I mean, it's
Maybe,
one
but
year.
then
It's a player
what? You're gonna
option
have
for you
to
guys.
move Strolsum to DH, get rid of that
True.
Duhar.
Yeah, and Duhar, I'm not very excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
can
mean,
see that. That'd be a nice spot for Alonso. That'd be
yeah, he was good for
a
us.
good
Yeah.
slugger to have in the middle of your lineup.
It depends on how we do his ankle years. Like, do we still see him as like the long term catcher? I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
So if he's not the long term answer, then Social put him at catcher and use Alonso or
I mean,
Alonso at
Alonso could play
DH.
DH.
That's what I'm saying.
He probably fits it. Like Alonso isn't as bad defensively as everyone says he is, and I'll fight that today. If you watch Alonso every single day, you'll see him like, okay, this guy can actually play first base decently, but like I'm not assigning Alonso for his defensive prowess. You know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel you. I feel
Like
you.
I'm like, okay, I'm fine with him playing first base, but like if we have to, I'm moving to DH in a heartbeat.
Save him and save mileage on him too. If I'm just hit stress free, he can focus on that.
Because the value he brings is his power. That's the value
That's right.
Alonso brings to any team.
Damn right. So we'll see. But overall, I'd rather have a different, better power hitter in the three or four spots than JJ Bleday. And no, it's not like a Bleday.
Schwarber
It's
could
just
be interesting. I can see Schwarber playing out like the final year of his career there.
Yeah, I think he does want to stay in Philly though, from what I heard.
I
But
think
if
he
he
will,
does come
but like,
here,
will Philly be able to pay him? Like, Philly's gonna have a lot of money to spend soon,
and they should pay him. He's pretty good. Leadoff, he's the best leadoff power hitter I've ever seen in my life.
He's the only leadoff power hitter I've ever seen in my life.
Usually they bat 3 or 4. Nah, we put at 1.
The fish like, screw it. Home runs to start the game. Screw speed.
Trey Turner? Nah, we got Schwarber at 1. But let's get to the rotation. Holy crap, this is fun. For the A's, the rotation looks like Severino as the HJP Sears, who took a big step forward last year as well. Osvaldo Bido at the 3 spot, Jeffrey Springs at 4, and Joey Estes at 5. So the average MLB fan probably doesn't know who 3, 4, or 5 are. Well, maybe they know who Springs is, but 3 or 4, 3 and 5. And
yeah, they've only been in the majors for like 2 seasons.
Short amount of time.
Like I'm looking at Fangraphs right now. Like Mitch Spence is your 5th starter. He's a Rule 5 pick.
Yeah, it's the rotation scares me outside of the whole rotation actually scares me because Sears
I
is
think
so bad at
you
times.
A nice 1-2 punch with Sevy and Springs. Outside of that, I think it's Sevy, Springs, pray for rain.
Damn. All right. Wow.
But I love your bullpen. I love the pen.
Oh, me too. Whew, I love it. Miller is obviously the key piece there. We brought back TJ McFarland, who was pretty soft for us last year, I will say. I'm trying to think of it. Who's the
Tyler
other
Ferguson, Jose
Leclerc, yeah,
Leclerc. Those are like probably like your. I would get you probably do Miller 9, Ferguson 8, and then McFarland and Lyric like as the 6, 7 guys.
I'm hoping Leclerc kind of rebuilds himself because I feel like he'll be a good setup dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or sometimes be the closer and kind of take the mileage off Miller.
Yeah.
Because
if be the like I know you don't want to hear this, but if you could get Lyric as your closer, that makes Miller expendable. And you can get a lot for Mason Miller. I know.
Damn.
I know he's so good, but you could get a franchise-changing haul from a competitive team to get an ace in the back of the bullpen for a title run. Teams will pay top dollar for that. You could probably get 2 top 100 prospects for that guy to really bulk your system up and really make the future brighter. I know it's tough.
It is
but
tough.
Is Mason Miller really going to help you win now, or should we just trade him now and get more pieces so when we get to Vegas, we're ready to go?
Damn, man, that's a good.
It's the tough decisions you got to make as GM and front office, but it's something.
I'm trying to keep him. It depends if we can get a haul.
If you get a haul, you can't say no. If it's like, man, we're getting like an MLB ready guy and 2 really good prospects for him. Yeah. Sorry, I gotta let you go.
Damn, you're right. All right, fair enough. So my question is to you for the A's, and we won't go too long for each team. Just for the A's, wanted to just kind of get into a little detail for my benefit.
Yeah, you're
obviously.
A fan. Same thing when we get to the Mets. We'll probably spend a good.
When we get to the Mets, oh man, I'm gonna save a whole 30 minutes for the Mets for you. Trust me. The burning question. It's a very simple question for this team specifically. Over under 71.5 wins.
I'm gonna go over. I think this is gonna be like a 74, 75 win team.
Yeah. Let's go. I will also go over as well. I think offensively, this team will be surprising.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pitching wise, we're gonna allow some runs, but I think we'll finish better than 26 in the runs compared. Rooker's gonna be.
I think it'd be like 20 to 15. I think it'd be like right there, kind of in the average.
Yeah, and I'll take that.
Below average, because 17, you're kind of below the 15 mark.
We're gonna be more of a thorn this year in the West than last year. And that's all I could ask for.
You could play spoiler. Play spoiler is how I think the A's are gonna go. When the Mariners and the Rangers and the Astros are in that playoff hunt, it's like, oh man, we gotta go to Oakland this weekend. Man, that sucks.
Yeah,
that's a tough team.
That's gonna be that's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Let's go, baby. So yeah, like I said, we'll give our division rankings or division predictions in terms of rankings for each 1 through 5 at the end of each division that we discuss. So next up, Angels 63-99. They finished last year. They made some moves of their own, and they made them pretty early in the offseason. Like a lot of teams kind of wait a little bit. They made them pretty early. Jorge Soler joined the team. Yusei Kikuchi, Travis d'Arnaud, Kyle Hendricks, Kevin Newman, and Tim Anderson recently joined the team on a minor league deal. And Yohan Moncada.
That's a prove-it deal. Like, please just let him be good one more time.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go, but hey,
I don't think. Well, that's a guy. Talk about a guy that fell from being a potential top 20 player in the MLB to almost on his way out of the league. Like that punch from, was it Jose Ramirez that punched him in the face?
I believe so.
Like that punch is you could go the before and after. It's like AB's career. Before, Vontaze Burfict tries to murder him. Great guy. After insane person. Great baseball player. Insane. Gets punched in the face. Bad baseball player.
Crazy how one punch could do to you. But yeah, so he's in a minor league deal, so we'll see what happens there. So he joins Yohan Moncada, who they're former White Sox teammates. So yeah, good to see them back on the same team together. Moncada was signed to a 1-year deal himself as well. Lineup looks like this: Taylor Ward at left field, Luis Rengifo at second base, Mike Trout right field. That's going to be something I want to get your thoughts on real quick later on. Jorge Soler at DH, Nolan Chanel at first base, Logan O'Hoppe at catcher, Joe Adele at center field, Yohan Moncada at third, and Kevin Newman to round things out at shortstop. Yeah, man, Mike Trout going to right field. Your thoughts on this team's offseason? And obviously Mike Trout, that's a big move going from center to right field. Yeah. Would this truly be a good thing for him in terms of his health?
I hope so. I really do. I love Mike Trout, and it kind of stinks because there's a whole the younger generation, the fans that are coming up in baseball missed Mike Trout's eliteness. They don't remember Mike Trout in 2013, in 2014, in 2015 when he was a constant league MVP. They almost won the MVP one year, but Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown, so he couldn't win it, even though he probably should have. The amazing catch in Baltimore that time. They don't remember that Mike Trout. The Mike Trout they remember is this injury-prone guy with back problems who he's kind of become the Anthony Davis of the league in a way. This really good player that's just been destroyed by injury. So I'm hoping we get one more good season out of him to remind fans that, hey, I am one of the best players to ever play this game.
Yeah, it's just he hasn't been healthy since 2019, I think. He played over
2019, maybe 2020. Maybe.
Yeah, that 2019 season was good. He had 45 home runs, 104 RBIs, 291 batting average. He was good.
Yeah, but 2021, I think he was injured, and then it was revealed he had back problems, and then it's just been a spiral since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the burning question I have for that one is who's going to be playing center field, but we'll get to that in just a bit.
Yeah.
Pitching staff for the Angels looks like this: Tyler Anderson, Yusi Kikuchi, who is slated to start opening day apparently. Jose Soriano, Kyle Hendricks, and Jack Kochanowski rounding out that rotation. Wow, that name got me. Reed Detmers is also battling for the
That fifth
spot in that rotation. Yeah, thoughts on the rotation?
Not really impressed.
Yeah,
I think it's all right. It's scary.
Yeah, 4 and 5.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay. And Kikuchi, I don't know. I know they brought him in to like kind of be the ace.
But I want Kikuchi like Sevi. I want Kikuchi as my third. I do not want Kikuchi starting opening day.
Hey,
like if he starts opening day because my two guys are hurt, different story. But like on paper, if I'm penciling in Kikuchi as my opening day starter, I am concerned about my starting rotation.
Yeah. Oh, and then they also brought in Kenley Jansen.
Yes, nice little. That's good for their bullpen, but I don't know.
Yeah, but they lost some guys, man. Patrick Sandoval's gone. Kevin Pillar.
Can you
Griffin
blame them?
Canning.
Why would you want to be in Anaheim right now?
Yeah, especially when the Dodgers are over here dominating headlines, like you're not gonna be doing anything. But yeah, just another last
generational talents on your team at one time and couldn't even sniff the playoffs.
Nothing at all. I know. Ohtani and Trout.
Trout's had one postseason series his entire career, I think. He's had one in 2014 when they were the best team in the league and they got swept by the Royals. I don't think Trout's ever won a postseason game. If not, it's one.
It's been 10 years, bro.
Yeah. That's ridiculous. We have Mike Trout. Like, the biggest game Mike Trout has ever played in is the World Baseball Classic Championship game against Japan. That's the biggest game he's ever played in.
You know what happened there? Oh, what a pitch. Ohtani made him look silly.
Yeah.
Oof. Man. But burning question. Who's playing center? Because apparently they're going to use a combination of Adele, Moniak, and Ward, even though Ward's mostly left field, but they're going to play
I hate Ward in center. That's such a bad idea. Ward is a corner outfielder or a DH. I would much rather Mickey Moniak out there because I think he, besides being a bust because he was like a first overall pick, he actually has put together some pretty decent seasons for Anaheim. So I think he'd be the guy I roll out with.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, overall for this end, yeah, I like Moniak, former Philly himself. Yeah, keep Ward in the left field, man. He's a good leadoff hitter, I will say, for the Angels. But Adele, he's a guy that he was this top prospect that a lot of people had high hopes for, and he's been just average. Nothing too.
That's a nice bench piece, though. Yeah, him bench. Like, why not? But maybe platoon him to start the year, and whoever's getting like, all right, you two are gonna platoon in center field for the first 2 months of the season. And then when June rolls around, we'll pick our starter.
There you go. Yeah. Simple as that. But yeah, that's the Angels for you. Let's be honest. Like you mentioned earlier, A's, Angels, both interchangeable at 4 and 5 if you really wanted to. But I think these next three teams that we'll discuss.
These are the fun teams.
These are the fun teams. So the Astros, 88 and 73 last year. They made the playoffs, so good for them. But was swept by Detroit in the wild card round. So not much success from them in the postseason. Yeah. They brought back a few guys. Framber Valdez came back. Jeremy Pena, Isaac Paredes was joins the team as well. And then
he's in the Kyle Tucker trade.
Yes, that's correct. Because Kyle Tucker and Ryan Presley were traded to the Chicago Cubs. They also signed Christian Walker to a 3-year deal to play first base.
Love that for them. Love that.
Yeah.
He is like the power hitter that's like gonna be pretty good for that lineup.
Yeah. Ben Gamel returns to play outfield, but they did lose a few guys, like we mentioned Kikuchi going to the Angels. Verlander went to the Giants. We'll talk about them later. Hector Neris is gone, Bregman's gone, and Caleb Ferguson all gone for the Astros as well. So their lineup looks like this, with the leadoff spot being occupied by Jose Altuve, who's playing left field now.
That's playing left field.
That's going to be new.
Not surprising because he did regress a lot defensively at second base. But I'm interested to see how, a 34-year-old can, adapt to a major position change like that.
Yeah. To go from second to left field, I'm pretty sure that's a big change, not to say the least.
It's a major change.
Yeah. But he's been doing pretty good in spring training from what I've heard. Yeah.
He's been doing fine. Seen him in a couple Mets games. He's been doing fine.
Sounds good to me. Paredes going to be playing third base, batting second. Alvarez DH. Christian Walker at fourth. Yainer Diaz batting fifth at catcher. Jimmy Pena, shortstop, batting sixth. He was a thorn in the Phillies, but a few years ago.
Yep.
Chase McCormick, right field. Mauricio Dubon playing second base, batting eighth, and Jake Myers playing center field, batting ninth. The big question for me was just in terms of the offense, not the burning question for the team as a whole, but left field's going to be a big question mark to start the year. Let's see how he does. But based on what we've seen in spring training, good things coming from them. Rotation-wise, Framber Valdez is like the ace, followed by Hunter Brown, Ronel Blanco, Spencer Arrighetti, and Hayden Wesensky. Valdez and Brown, that's a good 1-2 punch, if not mistaken.
And Blanco's a nice mid rotation. They have three really good pitchers to start off. It's just the back end's a little questionable.
That fifth spot is a bit questionable because I think the depth behind 1 through 4 is
there's a drop off. But I think 1 through 3 is so good that's going to be the Astros' identity. It's going to be just pitching, and I think the lineup is good, not great. I think it's good. I think it's good enough to complement this good pitching staff a lot.
Okay. But the burning question I have for them has to deal with someone from the minor leagues. Cam Smith has been on a pretty hot streak this spring training. 7 at-bats, 4 hits, 2 homers, and a triple. He's been on a tear. I will say he's been on a tear. And I may be going too far into this, but how fast until he joins the major league roster? Do you see him making it this year, or am I maybe going too far?
I think maybe a little too far. I think he's close. Don't get me wrong. I think he's really close. Maybe just one more year in the minors just to get a little extra development, or just to start the year in the minors to get that, like the service time stuff.
Yeah, he hasn't taken an at-bat in AAA just yet. I think only 20 at-bats in AA from what I
I want to give him a little maybe even if it's just a few more AA at-bats. That's fine. But, start him in AAA. Play him 20 games down there. If he crushes, bring him up. Figure it out from there.
Sounds good. All righty. On to the Mariners. 85 and 77. They finished this year last year. In terms of their lineup, you probably realized why I didn't mention offseason, because they barely made any off-season moves. They literally brought
upsetting.
It's not looking good for
They should have been in on Juan Soto. They've done anything to bring that guy here. That would have made the Mariners the king of the AL West and immediate World Series contenders.
They did nothing. They re-signed Jorge Polanco for $7 million. They added Donovan Solano. Yeah, I'm sorry. This team has a chance to win, and then their GM and ownership front office are like, nah, we're not going to add anything. So the lineup was like this. Victor Robles playing right field, batting first. Julio Rodriguez playing center. Kyle Rowley third.
Big season for Rodriguez. Big season.
Oh, yeah. I expect the MVP question.
I think he needs to show he's still a star in this league because he took a step back. He's a good player, but he's never taken that next step. He's kind of always just been like, oh, he's good, but we're expecting a little more from him.
We said him to be great, so maybe we'll see. Yeah,
we're still need that break. Now, we said the same thing about Bryce Harper in 2015, and he won the MVP that season. So maybe Rodriguez has the same sort of path for him there.
Yeah, man, we shall see. But yeah, he'll bat second. Rowley playing third, or batting third at catcher. Randy Arozarena, batting fourth at left field.
Electric players in the game.
I'm excited for him. Who really batting fifth at first base. Mitch Garver, DH, batting sixth. Jorge Polanco, third base, batting seventh. Dylan Moore, eighth at second base. And JP Crawford, rounding out the lineup at shortstop, batting ninth. Like I mentioned, not like, any significant offensive moves. Polanco had a down year last year. Rotation is pretty much the highlight of this team.
It's the best rotation in baseball. It really is.
Yeah, that's a really good rotation, to say the least. Luis Castillo, Gilbert, Kirby, Miller, and Brian Wu are the 5 guys. For the second straight off season, they were able to keep their rotation intact and lean on them, hopefully in an attempt to make it to the postseason. But the biggest question I have for this team is, do they have enough offensively? Because They were 21st in runs last year. They added Solano, but he hasn't slugged above
They ranked
425 in
bottom 10
forever.
in like every major offensive category. I think on base percentage and home runs were the only two they weren't in the bottom 10 but they were in the bottom 15. So like not much better.
They didn't suck that bad, but they still suck.
Still room for improvement, guys.
But yeah, I think honestly their lack of offseason moves just bothered the heck out of me. I mean, Solano, he's 37, so I don't know what they saw on him. And Polanco barely got an OPS last year over 650. Like this team is like outside of Rodriguez and Arezarena, what do you really have? It's not much.
Rodriguez is the only hitter to have an OPS over 800 in this lineup.
Oh, man.
At least projected OPS over 800.
Projected.
Everyone else is. Okay. I'm on Fangraphs, and Fangraphs has, everyone else is below 800. Not good.
That is not good at all. Sheesh. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them. I feel like to score runs at some point, so that rotation better be on fire.
They remind me a lot of the 2015 Mets, where like going into the season, you knew you had a good pitching staff. It was, what is this offense going to do? So if you're in the Mariners, you just kind of hope the pitching staff's electric, offense is okay, can tread water for you, and then you get to the deadline, you go out there and you get a big piece.
Yeah. I don't got no hope for Seattle. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm sorry.
I want to have a lot of hope because Seattle deserves a winner and have built a good roster. They just are like that one big bat, and that big bat will make everything better. It gives Rodriguez protection. He'll start hitting better. Arozarena will have protection. He'll be better. That bat changes everything. You just don't have it.
Don't have it. All right. Rangers riding up the division. 78 and 84 they finished last year. In terms of offseason moves, they're okay. I mean, they re-signed Nathan Eovaldi.
That was a nice signing for them.
Yeah. They added Jake Berger, Josh Peterson, Kyle Higashioka to pair with Jonah Heim at catcher. So that was kind of a question mark.
I liked the Peterson signing, give him a little more pop in that lineup.
They had some bullpen depth, Chris Martin, Hobie Melner, Marbury, but they lost a lot of talent. Nathaniel Lowe is gone. Kirby Yates gone. Scherzer, Robertson, Jose Leclerc we mentioned, and let's be honest, we're talking about a pitching staff that was 20th last year and didn't really get much better.
No. They're banking so much. That pitching staff is banking on Jacob deGrom to be healthy.
I know.
You cannot do that with Jacob deGrom.
Especially at this age in the injury history. You can't do it. Like, if you want him to
be like, they're expecting to throw 120 innings. Like, I'd be lucky. You'd be lucky if he gave you 40.
I don't know. This team, a lot of question marks, especially with the ace spot with deGrom. And this is going to be his, hopefully if everything goes right, his first healthy season in like forever. Probably
2019.
Holy dude, that's like 6 years.
Yeah, maybe 2020, but that was shortened, so I don't count it. I really think 2019 when he won his last Cy Young.
Still a long time ago.
Time ago.
Offensively, though, some good pieces. Semien, second base, batting first, followed by Corey Seager at shortstop.
Semien regressed last year. He needs to kind of come back up if he wants to. That's a big part of them. It's avoiding injuries and making sure, like, Semien's regression was more of a blip rather than actual.
Just a down year, if anything. If it continues this year, big question.
Because like if he's another down year, then you're concerned because he's being paid a lot of money and it's got a very big contract.
Yes, sir. That's a good point. Wyatt Langford batting third, left field. Adolis Garcia at right field at cleanup. Jock Peterson DH at fifth. Josh Young at sixth, batting third base. Jake Berger first base, seventh. Jonah Heim center or just catcher. My apologies. And Evan Carter at center field, batting ninth. So the outfield spots, though, they're up for grabs, apparently. Leoli Taveras and Carter are likely to be battling for center field this year. And then Nathaniel Lowe, like you mentioned, was replaced for Jake Berger at first base, and they added Jock Peterson. So the lineup has some pop to him. But how much better is this team from a pitch? We kind of just answered this basically.
For pitching wise, it's horrific. Like That starting rotation is a really questionable, and I think the Rangers hope deep down that their two prospects, Leiter and Kumar Rocker,
I
can
was gonna bring
get
that up. Yeah,
back to where they once were. I mean, Rocker looked really good in his like 40 innings or so at the end of last year.
but
He's had a really
leader.
rough spring training. Leiter
Yeah.
was brutal last year. He's been brutal his entire time in the Rangers organization. So they might have like these two guys who are supposed to be like the aces of their staff just completely flame out on them, which would
Mhm.
blow up everything.
Yeah. And the rotation is DeGrom, Eovaldi, Gray, Bradford, and Maul.
The only guy I trust is Eovaldi and Gray. Those are the only two guys I trust in that rotation.
But even with Gray, he was like
Even
average
Gray is
rookie.
50-50.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. This team can.
And the bullpen's a question mark too, because there's no closer. It's closer by committee.
I could see this team low key finishing 4th.
This team could fall apart. This team is so boom or bust right now.
If DeGrom gets hurt,
they're done.
It's over. They're done. Because I like Rocker and Leiter. I know for them to be former Vanderbilt teammates to be on the same team.
Oh, I loved it. I loved both. I was so ecstatic when the Mets picked Rocker, and I was heartbroken when we let him walk. I get why they let him walk now.
Yeah, it just these two guys are just not. We don't know what we can expect from them because they haven't developed into what we expected them to be.
Yeah, no.
And if they continue to not develop, and you're really gonna trust John Gray to be your second guy if DeGrom gets hurt again?
Yeah.
I don't know. So, with that being said, my division predictions are Astros. Oh, this is tough because after that, it's just a mess.
I have Astros, Mariners, Rangers, A's, Angels. That's all I'll go.
I'm going to go Astros, Mariners, A's, Rangers.
All right.
No. Whoa. Yeah. Astros, Mariners, A's, Rangers, Angels. Yes. I don't know. That team.
That Rangers so boomer bust.
The more
you talk about it, the more like, man, this actually.
Yeah, because a few years ago they won the whole dang thing.
Yeah, and if they don't have any injuries, they could win this whole division. Like run away with it.
Yes, but it's just
like if DeGrom could give you 150 innings this year, yeah, you guys are good.
Just the pitching staff is a big question mark that they have to hopefully answer early, and if they can do that, then I'll be wrong. But until then, prove me wrong. We'll see. But that's the AL West. So that was a long part there. We'll get to the NL West now. We know who's gonna win the division, but it's all about who might make it competitive in the NL West. But we'll start with the Diamondbacks, who finished 89-73 last year. Arizona is a thorn, I would say, in the NL.
Arizona could win any other division but the NL West.
But the NL West, yes. This offseason was a good one for them, though. They already had Zach Gallen, but they said, nah, let's add another piece. And Corbin Burns was the best starter on the free agent market. And out of all the teams, he goes to the Diamondbacks. To replace Christian Walker at first base, they traded for Josh Naylor. They re-signed Randall Grichuk and signed Garrett Hampson, Trey Mancini, and Christian Pache, former Oakland A, and Philly himself. And they strengthened their bullpen and replaced Paul Sewell. They brought in Kendall Graveman.
Good upgrade.
Yes. Oh, by far. So the lineup looks like this, my good friend. Corbin Carroll, right field, batting first, followed by Ketel Marte at second. Lourdes Gurriel,
great
left field.
Punch right there.
Oh, yeah. I like Marte. He's a good one.
Marte might be the most underrated player in baseball. He finished third in MVP voting last year.
He's good, dude.
He's really good. Sure. Like, I even looked at his numbers. I'm like, wow, I knew he was good. I didn't realize he was this good.
No, if I'm going to be, to finish, like you mentioned,
behind
one of the best hitters last year. Yeah. 292 last year, 36 home runs, 95 RBIs.
Yeah. An OPS plus of 155.
Whoo! I like that. I like that a lot from him. But yeah, so Gurriel batting third at left field, Naylor at first base batting fourth, followed by Eugenio Suarez, third base, Gabriel Moreno at center. I got it confused with catcher. Moreno at catcher, Either Pavin Smith or Grichuk batting DH, one or the other. McCarthy at center field at an 8th, and then Geraldo Perdomo, shortstop, batting 9th. So yeah, DH is gonna be mix and match between Smith and Grichuk, honestly, this year. McCarthy and Alec Thomas are gonna be battling out for center field job. I expect Thomas to kind of be that guy in center. But it looks like it's gonna be McCarthy, so we'll see. Rotation wise, Burns, Gallen, Kelly, Rodriguez, and Brennan Pfaadt are your top 5, and they have 7 starters in that team, including Ryan Nelson and the fat man himself, Jordan Montgomery. But we'll see what happens.
You need depth. You need
depth.
In this day and age, you need 7 starters.
Yes, sir. Just Montgomery. Yeah, yes.
I'm not saying Montgomery's a guy you want starting 30 games for you this season. I'm just saying as a swing man, be a long man in the bullpen, coming in to make spot starts. I don't hate it.
Plus, they have a top prospect, Jordan Lawlar.
Yes,
he's a young guy to watch out for position player wise, I should say.
11th best prospect in the MLB before he got hurt.
So if he can get healthy again, we'll see him up here eventually.
Yeah.
How much can this team truly challenge the Dodgers? Because out of all the teams in that division, Arizona they
have the best shot at doing it. I think there'll be a thorn in their side, but the Dodgers are just so good. I don't think
they are so.
I think the Dodgers are like going to challenge the win record this year,
and they are the next team in our preview.
Do we really need to spend much time? The Dodgers are really good.
Yeah, 98-64 World Series champs.
And they got even better.
Yeah, Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Hernandez, Muncy, Smith, Conforto is now a Dodger.
Conforto's sneaky good.
Sneaky good. He'll be batting left field, batting 7th in this lineup apparently. Tommy Edman at second base at 8th, and Andy Pages rounding out the lineup in center
Tommy
field.
Edman, what an absolute thorn in the Mets side during that NLCS. Absolutely despise that man. Absolutely despise him.
He ruined the All dreams, man. I don't blame you, man.
He did. He single-handedly did it. Like if it's Mookie Betts, it's one thing. It's Mookie Betts. If it's Freddie Freeman's owned the Mets for a decade now. Tommy Edman, the guy the Cardinals cut, is the guy that's screwing us.
Off-season wise, they brought in Haesung Kim. You mentioned Conforto. Kirby Yates joins the team as well in that bullpen. And then Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin coming back from their respective injuries. Yeah, that rotation looks really good, by the way. Blake Snell.
Sasaki.
Yep. Yeah, Snell, Yamamoto, Glass now. Damn, I forget. Wow. Sasaki and God. Wow, that's a. I was doing research,
that won the World Series with
God.
one starter last year. One starter. Now they have 5.
It must suck. Imagine just like. I know the A's are playing the Dodgers this year, obviously, but imagine catching them on a day where it's like, all right, Monday Snell, Tuesday Yamamoto, 3 you got Glass now. You just
wrap it up. Wrap it up. Who needs an off day? You're getting one.
Rooker. All right, but I want to play. No, just come on, man.
Is anyone feeling like a little banged up right now? You are. You're gonna take the next 3 games off.
Yeah. Your finger a little bruised. Hey, man, just
get
to be
healthy.
safe, Oh, you're feeling sick. You're coughing. Just take the day off, man. Like
we'll just write down like the coronavirus or something, and we'll make a whole big spectacle out of it. People will forget we're losing to the Dodgers because we got COVID.
And that's not to mention in the pitching staff.
By the way, I don't want to continue.
Yeah.
Someone talked to me. This was the last normal week before COVID 5 years ago. March 11th when everything shut down.
That is correct. Yeah,
that's crazy. That was 5 years ago.
God, man, time be flying. That was a rough. That was a
brutal period.
Day.
Absolutely brutal.
Sucked. It ruined everything, man.
Really
all
did.
The fun. Man, ruined the damn summer.
Yeah.
Well, spring heading.
I was a senior in high school. I didn't get anything.
Oh heck no! Yeah, I was.
I didn't get You know what I did for my prom? I sprayed fish guts off a mat.
What the fuck? Why are you doing that?
Well, I worked in the fish market in high school. High school and early college, I worked in the fish market. So I sat there. I'm like, I could be at prom right now. Instead, I'm doing this.
It's like, damn, my life sucked.
Damn, I like went home. I'm like, I just smell like fish. I was robbed of going to prom. Man, this really does suck.
This was not what I wanted my senior year to be. Basically, what you're doing.
Pretty much.
Damn, man. I don't give a for my prom at least. Yeah. But anyways, Snell, Sasaki are pretty much the best additions for this team in the rotation wise. Otani is likely to return sometime in May, so that's going to be a 6-man rotation. That's going to be even worse for everyone playing them. But yeah,
it's going to help out Yamamoto and Sasaki even more because that's what they're used to in Japan. They do 6-man rotations out there.
They do 6-man rotations, yeah. But it's in terms of that 5th spot between Gosselin and May, if they can both stay healthy, good for them. Burning question is repeat?
Yeah, I think the burning question is, can this team break the win record of 116?
It's possible.
It's
90
possible.
wins last year.
It really is possible.
With that rotation. Who's your closer again?
Is
it by committee? It's not Trinan, is it?
I think it is Blake Trinan. Let me pull it up right now on Fangraphs. Fangraphs currently has Tanner Scott. Oh my God, I forgot about Tanner Scott. Yep, they're done.
Oh, son of I
forgot they signed Tanner Scott. That's their. Oh my God. Yep, they're win record. Win record.
She's good. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. We don't got to talk more about them.
Nope.
The San Francisco Giants, 80-82 on the year. Yeah.
They feel directionless. Like,
I don't know where they're going.
I wrote a whole article about this. Like, the Giants just seem like they're directionless in a division. Like, they're trying to compete and trying to catch lightning in the bottle, but that's not going to happen when you get the Dodgers in your division and the Padres and the Diamondbacks.
I mean, middle infield was like the most pressing concern, and they addressed it with Willie Adames.
Yeah, they got Willie Adames. That's awesome, but like,
Verlander,
what else is there? Matt Chapman at third base is good.
That is true.
Logan Webb's a nice ace they have, but I don't know. Outside of that, nothing really screams playoff team.
Speaking of their lineup, Lamont Wade leading off first base, Adames shortstop, Young Ho Lee center field, Matt Chapman.
You don't really hear about
third
first
base
base leading off.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Power over speed.
Pulling a Philly strategy here. What if we just hit bombs?
Bombs start the game. Why not? Elliot Ramos, great year from him last year, left field. Mike Yastrzemski, 6th, right field. Tyler Fitzgerald, second base. Wilmer Flores, DH. And Patrick Bailey, and Patrick Bailey, catcher at 9th. So, hopefully, big things coming from Young Ho Lee, not just because he's Asian, but after last year, a left shoulder injury out for the year in May, hopefully stays healthy because the Giants spent money on him, and he's Asian. They hope he's the next Otani, which he's not.
Well, but let's all calm down here.
Hey, he's Asian.
Let's all calm down. I know, but let's not go with Otani. It's like, you know what?
They see Otani, he's Asian. We hope the same thing with Young Ho Lee. But hey, who knows? A lot of thumbs up today from me today. But rotation wise, Logan Webb, the old ass Justin Verlander. Oh my God,
Verlander catching that last pitch. By the way, is there somebody? I think Justin Verlander is the perfect person to trade lives with.
Yeah,
think about it. He's won multiple World Series, multiple Cy Young awards. Was at one point the best pitcher in all of baseball, and then you go home to Kate Upton.
Good point.
That dude won life.
Yeah. And he's 42. He's getting paid still to mentor guys and be the second guy in the rotation. Like, he's pretty good. And he's going to be an SF. SF's pretty...
It showed his commitment because when I was 42 years old and married to Kate Upton, be like, see you guys. I'm going to go retire and hang out with my supermodel wife that's still doing Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions.
Man, she's still doing it.
I think she's in the most recent one.
Ooh.
I was at the casino this weekend and I was playing some slot machines and they had Playboy slots. She was the Playboy bunny on the slot machine. I'm like, that's Justin Verlander's wife. Spent a lot of money on that one.
I know you did. Behind Webb and Verlander, Robbie Ray, Jordan Hicks his second year, going from the bullpen to the starter role for Hicks, and then Kyle Harris rounds out the rotation at the 5th spot. So they'll be relying a lot more on Ray and Verlander to stay healthy this year, to hopefully provide stability behind Logan Webb, who has been super dependable and durable throughout his. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there truly anything to look forward to with this team? Because honestly,
not really.
Could you see this team? And I might be going too far. You can forgive me for doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Is Logan Webb a trade piece? If they
definitely
suck?
If it's Buster Posey, he's in his first full season as president of baseball operations. I think the biggest thing for him this season is finding the Giants' identity. What is this team going to be? We have Willie Adames. We need to build around him. He's here for the long haul. Is it going to be a retool? Are we going to tear everything down? Or are we going to, try to? And I think Logan Webb, if you trade him to a pitching needy team that's in a pennant race, you can get a lot for him. That could help you win in 2027. So that's what I think the Giants should really look to. Okay, 2027 is when we should compete again.
But these next 2 years.
Next 2 years are going to be brutal. I mean, if we're being honest, the Giants caught lightning in a bottle in 2021? Is that when they won over 100 games out of nowhere? They caught. Everyone had a career year that year, and that made this team think they were a lot closer to competing than they actually were. And I think that mindset is still in San Francisco. So they have to get rid of that mindset before they're ready to really compete again.
So basically, they're the New York Giants of baseball.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, they really are.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Well, yeah, they thought they were a lot closer than they really were. Yeah. Or like the White Sox in 2005. They randomly won the World Series and have not... the White Sox have only won 3 playoff series in their entire franchise history, and all 3 of them came in 2005. Not counting World Series they won when it was just 10 teams in the league and the 2 winners went to the World Series.
Dude.
That doesn't count. In modern baseball with playoffs, they have not won a playoff series besides all 3 in 2005. Brutal for them.
That's tough. There's nothing to look forward to in Chicago. I can't wait to talk about the Central and talk about I'm gonna be laughing when we talk about the White Sox. I'm laughing right now about this next team.
We could just play clown music. That's all we gotta do. The Chicago White Sox. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's move on. Next team.
Batting first. Okay. I can't wait to talk about them next week. Mm-hmm. But they will be challenged for the worst team in the baseball by this team, the Rockies.
Ugh.
61 and 101 last year.
What a horrific team this is. What a stupid organization this is.
Okay, so here's the thing. So if you suck, you rebuild, right? But they made moves to try to win. Why?
It's one of those things where it's just we want the fans to come out, so we'll give them just enough to be excited, but not enough to be good. It's well, maybe if Doyle repeats what he did last year, and maybe if Chris Bryant can return to MVP form, and by some miracle the pitching pitches to a 3.6 ERA, maybe we could sneak into a wild card spot.
I was thinking, I was going to say, if Bryant comes back, right? If McMahon keeps it up, McMahon's been on the team for quite some time.
He's a trade piece. He's a guy, I think he's the most likely traded guy at this deadline.
Dude. I was thinking, if Chris Bryant does good, if McMahon is good, right, and the pitching staff surprises people, they'll finish in 4th because this team isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. The only way the Rockies don't finish in last is if the Giants completely implode on themselves and the Rockies have, just an above-average season from, 3 guys.
They'll make the last wild card spot if the top of the lineup is really good. Chris Bryant comes back. The younger players could develop really fast.
And a meteor hits half the teams in front of them.
Yes. And Freeland, Gomber, and Marquez are aces.
Yeah.
They'll make the wild card spot.
If a meteor hits, the other 10 teams competing for a wild card spot in front of them.
Yes. And even that,
what's that meteor NASA's tracking? It's it's a 3.2% chance.
Oh no.
You haven't seen that? Like every day, this meteor like slowly goes up
Oh my goodness.
in like
I wonder
2036. Like, guys, you can't even tell what the weather's going to be tomorrow. Now we're going to believe this meteor is going to hit us in 2036? Get out of here.
known as 2025 BM7.
Yeah,
It's zipping past the Earth at 16,000 miles per hour today. Wow.
Cool.
Wow. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun year.
I always love that. People get so hyped up, like a meteor's coming. It's gonna miss Earth by
Why are we so
miles.
excited?
Who cares?
Why are we excited? See, this is why we need to have lives, man. Why are we tracking meteors, bro? Man.
By the way, I was driving around the other day and I saw a stop sign, and someone had painted on a stop sign, "Stop trusting NASA." I don't know what that means. If anyone's out there and knows what I'm talking, please send DM me on Twitter and explain to me what the hell that means.
At Brian PG 1016.
Because like I was in the car for 2 hours and I the entire time was like, what does that mean?
The world may never know. So yeah, I'm trying to find a positive with this Rockets team. Chase Delender, their 25th.
Coors Field's really nice.
Yeah.
Nice to enjoy a ball game in.
Just root for the Nuggets and the Broncos if you're in Colorado. Not the Rockies. Good luck, guys.
What's Dion going to do without Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders? That is what Colorado fans should be thinking about.
Yes, sir. On to football next year. Rankings for me to round out our West division breakdowns. Did I miss the Padres?
You missed the Padres.
Oh, no. I knew it. Oh, I missed the team. The San Diego Padres. Well, hey, they didn't do anything in the offseason. Now, let's be honest.
I feel bad for Padres fans, if we're being honest, because they got so much.
I do too.
There's so much ownership turmoil, and this should be the season they went all in. But since the ownership's fighting, they're not going to.
Oh, wait, why am I surprised? Sorry.
What?
Devontae Adams was released.
Whoa!
Wait, no, that ties it towards the end. Never mind. I should have said that. Fudge, I was too fast. I should have saved that for later. Gosh, damn it. Okay. Anyways, what? Because it ties in with the Giants stuff at the end of the the show. Gosh, damn it, Nate. Anyways, Padres. Sorry. Elias Diaz was re-signed. They added Jason Hayward and Connor Joe.
Jason Hayward's still in the league.
I am as shocked as you are, my friend. Let's be honest. This
Jason Hayward sucks. Jason Hayward sucked. Jason Hayward sucked when he signed that 8-year contract with Chicago.
At least they have Machado. That is what matters.
And they got, they have Machado. They have Jackson Merrill, who's decent. If Arise and Tatis can stay healthy, they got something. Do you think that the Padres have buyer's remorse on Fernando Tatis, signed him to that big contract?
A little bit.
Because he is the most polarizing player in all of baseball right now.
Yeah, because
I think you either love him or hate him.
He is good when he's on, but I don't think.
When he's on, and then there's so much off the field drama. Like when he got hurt that motorcycle accident, and the reporter asked you, "Do you regret the motorcycle accident?" And he goes, "Which one? What do you mean, which one? How many motorcycle accidents do you get it? Stop driving motorcycles."
Define which one, Fernando. What do you mean exactly? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean which one? You were in multiple motorcycle accidents this offseason?
You are the star of the Padres. Please.
You're the face of the San Diego Padres. Stop being a moron.
Their lineup looks like this: Luis Ariz, Tatis, Machado, Merrill at center field, batting fourth. Bogart, shortstop, fifth. Cronenworth, sixth at second base. Joe, DH. Hayward, left field, and Diaz at catcher. Hayward and Joe likely to platoon in left field. They could use another bat, though, to be a DH, because Connor Joe, let's be honest.
No.
Sheesh.
I like him on the bench.
Yeah, me too. Rotation: Dylan Cease, Michael King, Yu Darvish, Pivetta, and Randy Vasquez.
But Cease and King could be traded. They've been talking all offseason about trading King and Cease.
I don't know where this Padres team is going either.
It's King and Cease's last season in San Diego. They're gone next year.
I just don't know what that's what I'm saying. to tie in with that, I just don't know where this team is going either.
I think if everything breaks right, they'll get a wild card spot, like the third wild card spot. But like, I can see this team like falling on their face and going 500.
Yes.
I think worst case scenario is 500, and like the ceiling is like a first wild card spot and a loss in the championship series to the Dodgers.
Damn. Yeah, I'm optimistic about them.
Honestly. It's kind of like they have like a last dance sort of thing around them. Like it kind of feels like this is the last year this core has before major shakeup happens.
It's gonna be a lot of shakeup.
And then you have to worry about this lawsuit going on with the ownership. Like, who's going to own the team? We do not know.
Worst case scenario, this team finishes in 4th, and somehow the Giants pass them.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't. I'm not optimistic about him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Padres. Big drop off between Arizona and the Padres. Now I don't have the number. I don't have like a win prediction for each team, but it's going to be a big drop off between Arizona and
the Padres are going to win like 83, and the Diamondbacks will win like 90.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So you're going to have like a 7-8 game split between them.
And then Giants and Rockies.
Giants, Rockies, done by August.
I feel like Rockies done by July.
Those teams are still playing?
Oh, my God. Well, hey. That was our first of 3 episodes for our MLB previews. Next week is the Central.
Yep.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know who's coming out of the NL Central.
Cubbies? I think Cubbies. Even then, not great.
Not great either. AL Central? Does the Central just suck?
I think the Centrals just suck.
Dang. What's how the worst divisions in baseball, I'll tell you that.
It's the NL and AL Central. Boop, boop.
Boop, boop. I just realized I left the whole AL West preview on the banner the whole time. Gosh dang it, man. I was like, I knew I did change something. But
so he's not
anyway, it's like, what? The Dodgers are in the AL West? No, I just didn't take it off. Anyways, NFL Combine wrapped up this past weekend. Real quick, just want to mention some standouts. So I'm sure you have a couple guys that stood out from the Combine for you. I'll go first. I'm going to go with the safety from South Carolina, Nick Amanwari. He's a good athlete, but he stood out, dude. 6'3", 220, ran a 4.38 40, was the second fastest among all safeties. He had the highest vertical leap, broad jump. He's like a hybrid version of a linebacker. I think of Landon Collins, to be honest, but a little bit better. He's arguably better than Malachi Starks, who was the consensus top safety in the draft because he ran a 4.5. Not saying the 40 means everything, but Amanwari really stood out in the Combine.
40 so much fun.
And can the quarterbacks run more? Man, we had one quarterback running this past year.
I know. Quarterbacks got to run. Like, why don't you want to run the 40? It's such a fun thing to do.
I know. What was his name? Tyler Show ran it. Good for him. I hope he gets drafted in the middle.
But why Jalen Milroe did not run that 40 makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, that's
capitalize on your athleticism.
Yeah, I mean that's what he's known for, but he didn't want to freaking run.
We talked about it last week on the show. It's like this guy cannot play simple football, but he's so athletic, he might just be good at the position.
He can sling it. He has a good deep ball. It's just we'll see what happens as a pro day, I guess, because he's gonna be there. But what's one guy for you, my friend?
I'm going with Landon Jackson, the edge out of Arkansas. Top 50 prospect. Top 50 prospect entering it. 6'6", 264. Did a lot. He had a really good combine. I think he's now a bona fide like mid first round pick. I think a team that needs a pass rusher is going to fall in love with this kid.
Okay. I like that. Maybe. So you say he's like third round guy?
He was a top 50 prospect entering it. I think he's a first round. I think he's a first round pick now. Really think he could be like late teens, early 20s, maybe even go as high as 15.
Okay, big jump. Shit. Good for him.
Combine does that for you.
Yeah, it raises your stock if you do really good. Another guy for me, Dante Thornton Jr. from Tennessee. Scare deep threat at wide receiver. 6'5" guy, but he ran a 40, a 4.3. To be 6'5", running a 4.3 40. So he can do a lot with a little. We saw that in
Yeah.
Tennessee. So he's a guy that I could see. Day 2 guy, wide receiver. There's some cons with him, but I could see him making some noise for an NFL team. So you're up.
I'm going with Brady Cook from Missouri, the quarterback. And a
Would you look at that?
very, very weak quarterback class. I think he had the best performance, and was projected to be undrafted. I can see him probably going like the 6th round now, which like teams being so needy, they're overvaluing him, and he might, he might put together something good. He showed he was really good at that combine.
There you go. Yeah, he was throwing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike some quarterbacks.
He was the only guy that was like, oh, this kid really got something on his arm there. Everyone else was like, eh.
Yeah. And then we have the people that suck.
Yeah.
Will Howard.
I was going to say Will Howard is the first guy I thought of. What an absolute just show.
Wow. Talk about lowering your draft stock by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Loud. Quinn Ewers also was bad.
Yeah.
Isaiah Bond got too cocky. So he was going to run a 4.2, 4.19.
Yeah. Wasn't like a
4.39.
Like a 4.3, right? It was like
even his teammate Matthew Golden ran a 4.29. Like, come on, man! Like, you can't just talk all that talk and
you can't do that. What's going on with Abdul Carter? That foot injury.
That's right. Apparently doesn't need surgery, so that's a good thing. But
I would still be concerned. I am so really concerned. Because why is he doing this? Why is he trying to tank his draft stock? Windhorst fingers. What's going on with Abdul Carter?
He wants to fall to Philly.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was getting at. He wants to fall to Philly.
But it's like they're at 32. Unless they trade,
they'll have to trade the farm to do it.
I know,
and I don't think a team, unless they give a team an offer they can't refuse, is going to do that.
But how far can he drop?
I don't think he drops outside the top 10. Honestly, I'd be shocked if he fell to the top 5. If he falls to 5 with the Jaguars sitting right there, I think they take him.
Oh, Walker and Carter.
Yeah, but I think it's. But let's just do. The 2 quarterbacks go, a lineman will go, and Travis Hunter will go. Then that leaves 5. That's probably where Carter, the lowest, will drop.
Yeah. We'll see about that one.
Yeah.
We shall see. Weird stuff there. All right.
Yeah.
That was short, but hey, it's the combine. NFL stuff.
We're not going to hype up guys to make. We all saw Zach Wilson, all right? If Zach Wilson caused anything, you cannot trust these things.
Exactly. You can't trust pro. Okay, you can kind of trust pro days.
You can trust them, but don't turn a 3rd round pick into a 1st round pick.
There's a reason why the 3rd round pick.
Jackson is the perfect example. A top 50 guy that turned into a 1st round talent. But a 1st round talent is the 20th overall pick. You only jump 30 spots. Nothing crazy.
There's a reason why they're 2nd, 3rd round picks in the first place.
Yeah.
If they do great at the pro days and combine, fantastic. But there's a reason why at the beginning they're a 2nd, 3rd, 4th pick.
Jackson Dart's a perfect example. Jackson Dart had a good pro day, a good combine, but if you watch his film, comes up a lot of problems that won't work in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We'll see. Pro days will tell a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be more exciting to see Sanders would throw, Ward throwing.
I was upset that Sanders and Ward didn't throw. I think they should have thrown.
I wonder why.
I think you only hurt yourself if you don't throw.
Yeah, but then they have their pro day, so then they just take advantage of that.
I mean, I get that, but it's just a bad narrative to set, especially with Sanders going. I heard a lot of teams did not like Sanders in interviews.
I think it's just there's something going on with how they think of him, and they're so biased about him.
Yeah,
it
comes to being Deion's kid. It comes with that, though. That's what
if he was Deion Johnson and he was good, different story.
Yeah.
But just because he's Deion Sanders' son and has a swag about him, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is, if the Giants are at 3 and Ward is gone, he better be off the board by us.
Yeah.
But in terms of us, we're in the headlines again. But this time we're really in the headlines.
Mm-hmm.
We might trade for number 1.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And
love it.
I am ecstatic. Now, does that mean we're gonna get Sanders? Probably not, because
No, it seems like Ward is the guy they like.
And that's crazy because pretty much the entire offseason, late last year when Joe Shane was visiting teams with Brandon Brown, they were at Colorado. That's mostly a lot that
they were at Colorado multiple times last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like Joe Shane was at Colorado, I think twice, and Brown was at Colorado. I feel like every other weekend he was there.
Yeah, but
what happened?
We're close with the Giants. The Giants are close to something, so we're even closer now to a trade between the two.
You serious? Let's go.
Wow, I like it. I do like it, and that's not report from like a major source, but
it's not like Schefter or something.
Jordan Renan says multiple people around the NFL believe the Giants will trade for the number 1 pick, and it's likely that they will do so with the intention to draft Cam Ward. Okay,
don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Just depends on what we give up. I don't want to give up the future for him. If it's like a couple thirds in our first. All day.
I think I heard it was our first this year, a second this year, and then a second next year.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm gonna hate that we're gonna lose out on getting a second round guy, but you're getting a quarterback.
Yeah.
And free agency.
Exactly. And you don't lose your first round pick next year. That's a big thing next year.
But the biggest question I have is this, because we did strike out on Stafford, and thank God we did.
Did you see the reports that we had Stafford? We had Stafford.
We had everything set up. We had the money set up for him. Trade compensation set up.
Mm-hmm.
But 90 to 100 million, dude.
That's crazy for Stafford.
I don't know. That's when I was like, Joe, come on, man.
Yeah. Like I would have loved to see Matt Stafford play because it would just been good quarterback play, which we haven't seen since 2015 Eli Manning. The last year Coughlin was probably the best season. The last time we had like really good quarterback play. We had a couple average seasons from Eli and a couple average seasons from Jones in between there. But like Stafford would be like a good quarterback.
But we can still get good quarterback play. And that's because Aaron Rodgers. Because as soon as Stafford signed, we turn our attention to other quarterbacks. And Rodgers was one of them. And there's heavy interest between the two. Well, there's heavy interest there that the Giants might go get Rodgers. Because, like you mentioned, he'll give us good quarterback play. But he would also bring Devontae Adams with him.
Yeah.
And we do have Malik Neighbors, but if we get ourselves Devontae Adams. And let's not think, Rodgers isn't a bum. Like, Rodgers threw for over 3,800 yards.
He's not the quarterback he once was.
No, sir. But 28 touchdowns, 11 picks, over 3,800 yards. I haven't seen a quarterback throw for over 3,800 yards in the Giants uniform since Eli Manning, like you just mentioned. Devontae Adams, almost 1,000 yards, 7 tutties.
And he would be probably second wide receiver behind Malik Neighbors, so that was only going to help him.
Mm-hmm. We'll take a lot of attention off Neighbors, too.
Yes.
If we get the both of them, dare I say, wild card spot?
I think you're a little crazy. I think you're a little crazy, buddy.
I hate being a Giants fan.
Oh, it's the worst. The absolute worst.
It just sucks. But here's the thing. Would you go get Rodgers, but still trade for number 1?
I think I would. I think I would, because you only have Rodgers for 2 seasons, maybe 1 at most. So get Ward in there, let him learn behind Rodgers, and then run him out there.
Okay. I
don't really love the idea of Rodgers to begin with, just because I don't like taking things that don't work for the Jets. I think he's just such a distraction at his age. And we're already a mess. Like, why bring in like the, Aaron Rodgers did that, where he's like he's gonna be high during game days.
I tried to watch Enigma.
I haven't watched it yet. I've looked. I've stared at it. I'm like,
It's like on your list.
it's on my list. I've watched it. I'm like, man, this would be a good watch right now. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. But I want to. But I'm
I
not.
might finish it today. I might finish it. We'll see. I might finish it today.
If Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback, I will binge it tonight.
Okay. I like him. I think, like I said last week, I can talk myself into Rodgers. I couldn't do it with Stafford. I don't know.
I was flipped. I could talk myself into Stafford. I couldn't talk myself into Rodgers.
Oh, but if we get Devontae and Rodgers, man.
I mean, Devontae I would like, but like I'm just worried about all like just the off the field stuff with Rodgers. And like, is Rodgers gonna go on Pat McAfee and just talk about how dysfunctional we are? Like, we don't need that. We already had Hard Knocks do that for us. So bad to the point that they made Bill Belichick do Hard Knocks in North Carolina.
That's right. Thank you for bringing that up. That will wrap up the show. So, in all, Giants, we get Rodgers. For me, good. If we don't, hey, if we trade for number 1, oh my God, I'm gonna go ecstatic. Holy crap.
That I'll be okay with. I would not be mad at trading for 1.
We haven't had the number 1 pick in forever.
I don't think we ever had the number 1 pick. In the modern era? Maybe like the 40s we had it.
A long time ago. Our parents weren't born, if that's the case. But yeah,
the Soviet Union still existed. Their microwave wasn't invented yet.
Oh man, it's been some time, but we'll see. I really hope we do.
TV wasn't invented yet, or it was very small.
A lot of things were not invented. A lot of MLK didn't have a dream yet.
Exactly, there was no dream.
No dream whatsoever. But yeah, I'm the 31 NFL teams.
FDR was president.
Long time ago. But yeah, 31 NFL teams saw the Giants on Hard Knocks last year in the offseason and said, no.
Absolutely not.
So HBO was like, Belichick,
hey,
how you doing? So, the NFL didn't want us, but we want you. I feel like Uncle Sam for a second. But yes, in all seriousness, North Carolina will be the next subject on Hard Knocks offseason. I feel like that's more fun because
it's a big
transfer portal, recruiting. Well, it looks like inside a college program. Belichick.
Belichick's girlfriend.
I was gonna say that over 1.5 times we'll see his girl.
Over.
Really?
Over. I want to see how that relationship works. I want to have a dinner date I want to have one episode when it's just Bill Belichick and his girlfriend at a dinner talking. I want to know what they talk about. That's what I'm saying. What do they talk about?
Honey. So, I can't think of anything. Gosh, damn.
Belichick is 70 years old. That girl is 24.
It's a big age gap, dude.
So where were you when JFK got shot? I wasn't alive.
I wasn't alive. What are your plans for this weekend?
Yeah,
I'll go out with the girls.
Go out with the girls. Go get to a bar. How about you? If I have more than 3 drinks of alcohol, I can't sleep at night. Oh.
Top or bottom? Okay, that's not. That's. I'm telling you, man. There has to be something that made him stick out to her. For him to stick out to her.
For him to stick out to her? Yeah, money.
But how much did he really make as a coach? 10 mil?
Bill Belichick is worth $70 million.
And that's the end of the You know what? Go, girl. Yeah, you
imagine being that girl's father. Hey, I'm bringing my boyfriend Bill over tonight. Oh, cool. I can't wait to meet him. You open the door. It's Bill Belichick. Like, the hell are you doing here? I'm here to meet your daughter. You're Bill? Like you said, Bill. I expected like Bill from down the street, not Bill Belichick, the greatest coach in NFL history. The 8-time Super Bowl winning coach.
Imagine the dad's a Patriots fan too. He'd be
Where did that girl grow up?
That's a good question. Matter of fact, where did she come from? Wait. Oh no!
What happened?
UNC isn't gonna be on Hard Knocks.
They're not?
It fell through. Oh, why did I hear about this morning? I look like an idiot talking about it. I gotta cut this out.
No, don't cut this out. This is funny.
Okay,
We're talking
fine.
about Bill Belichick's girlfriend. All right, HBO. Pivot. Find a way to follow Bill Belichick's girlfriend around. Reality show. Jordan, what's her name? Jordan Hudson?
Woman ruined everything.
Wow, I wasn't going that far.
So that's probably the reason why.
Is she really?
Apparently.
Oh, interesting.
Hudson has been acting as Belichick's de facto agent. It seems
Honey,
like...
I don't want to deal with this. You do it.
Damn, so she's his agent? Damn. He really trying to get the money, bro. I've never heard of her in my life. I doubt she has qualifications to be an agent. I'm sorry.
Bro, their picture at NFL Honors was so funny. I literally texted to my friends, like, oh, come on!
No, but like... where's my script?
What do they talk about? Where I want to circle back. What do they talk about? Yeah, that one.
What do you talk about? Where's the chemistry?
Remember the Cold War?
Oh, come on, bro.
No.
Do you remember World War II?
I was alive for it.
Top 5 weird couples in sports. Number one, Jordan Hudson and Bill Belichick. Number 2, Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries. That one was a failure.
Oof. There's another Kardashian that dated like a nobody. There was another
Khloe
Kardashian that dated like a low level player.
Not Khloe and Lamar Odom, right?
No, it was someone else.
Like I said, Lamar Odom was somebody.
No, like a somebody because they're an NBA star, but it's like really him. He's kind of like a bench player.
We'll wrap up with this one. Was it
Lana
Courtney?
Rose and Blake Griffin was weird.
Lana, right?
You see that kid? That's Blake Griffin.
Wasn't there a rumor that was going with someone else's kid?
It was KD's kid. The rumor was KD, and then
Poor KD, man. KD would never.
Kid was born. It's like, oh wait, no, this is Blake Griffin.
That's Blake right there. I was like, that didn't even look like KD's kid when it first came out about that.
Yeah. No, that was a big rumor. It was KD's kid.
Was it Kourtney Kardashian?
Maybe she had someone.
I don't know. Kourtney did.
I don't know who dates who. I just know there was a Kardashian, and I remember they said who she was dating. I'm like, really, him? She can't do better.
We gotta find it. Maybe Thursday we'll do top 5 weird couples. I don't freaking know. Top 5 Kardashian couples that flamed out. I think I got Devin Booker's back with Kendall now. I think.
Great, cool. I don't know.
Chalamet.
I
hope they stick together. Chalamet's a good dude, man. Kyler better not fuck that up, man.
I don't know. I just love Adam Sandler. That's the only part of the Oscars I watched.
Dude.
Adam Sandler pulling up to the Oscars in a hoodie and shorts.
I swear,
my guy,
the chillest MFer dude ever.
Every story you hear about him is just how good of a guy he is.
And he's
like, I'm an actor, but I just want to play basketball and wear shorts and just chill with my friends. I'm like, damn, I want to do that too.
He's a baller too. I like that about him.
He's just like, I want to go to Hawaii. I don't know. I'll make a movie, invite all my friends to go with me, so we can have a Hawaiian vacation, but make money off it.
Yeah, and then what's it called? He invited everyone to the park at midnight to ball out after the Oscars. He's a goofy dude. Guy. Love him, man. And then Chalamet before leaving. So yeah, love it. But all right, that'll wrap it up. That was a
that episode took a turn.
Yeah, long episode. So next week we'll plan better in terms of MLB because that takes some time. But that will do it for episode 64 of season 2 for 30 Podcast. We appreciate y'all for joining us. If you got this far. Holy cow. First off, thank you for doing so.
Man, this turns like a really good analysis of baseball than to just like, what does Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend talk about?
I know. It's just
what a sharp turn this took.
It's an interesting topic, to say the least, between those two people. But hey, we'll find out how long that relationship lasts. Honestly, I could see it ending this year for some odd reason. Who knows? But that's just my negativity.
I got a few theories on why it might end soon. Maybe, I don't know, it's the 50-year age gap between the two of them.
Come on, man.
Gonna end this show.
Love is love. You can follow Brian at BrianPG1016 on X. You can follow me at Nathan_New124. And you can follow our 3rd and 10 page at 3rd and 10 pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter/X for clips throughout the week. You can follow Brian as well on BellyUpSports.com for his every other day articles that are published every other day. Interesting stuff. I think your last one was about the ACC.
Yes, Florida State and Clemson settled their lawsuit. They seem to be sticking around for at least 5 years. So major ramifications for conference realignment.
And the conference still sucks. Yeah. For Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much. As always, we appreciate y'all. We'll see you on Thursday. We're breaking down the running backs. It's Ashley and Deante at number 1, but who is behind them? You'll find out Thursday. We'll see you guys then. Bye.